So one of the first reasons why I quit my eBay business at the very beginning is due to the fact that eBay restricted my account. So when I first started selling on eBay, what I was doing is that I was selling things from around the house with my first ever eBay account. And there was a day that I sold a particular item. I can't remember what the exact item was, but it was around £150. I think it was a PlayStation. I'm not sure, but I sold it. Someone bought it from my eBay store, but the customer never actually paid for the item. But the way that it works on eBay is that if you sell an item, but the customer doesn't necessarily pay for it, eBay doesn't know if the customer paid outside of eBay or if the customer sent you a direct payment to your bank account. So as soon as a customer buys something from your eBay store, you now need to pay any selling fees on the item. And because it was around £150, £200 that I sold this item for, I owed between £30 to £50 in eBay selling fees. And because the customer never actually paid me the money for the PlayStation at that time, eBay was chasing me for the money, but I didn't necessarily want to pay the money that I owed to eBay straight away because obviously I never got paid from the customer. And because it was taking a whole year for me to pay this money that I owed, eBay was adding interest on top every single month. So the final bill came to around £100. And as I previously said, because I wasn't really serious about building a business on eBay at this time, I was just using it as a way for me to sell things from around the house. I didn't necessarily take it as important for me to pay this money that I owed them. And plus, because the customer never actually paid me, I didn't really want to pay them as well. And because of this whole issue that I was going through with them, it put me off wanting to build an eBay business for a very long time because I didn't think it was fair that I had to pay all this money to them, even though I never actually got any money from the customer. But the thing that I learned throughout that whole situation is that I just needed to know how things worked. And from that point, I realized that if a customer buys something from your store, but they don't actually make any payment, it's your job as a seller to log into your eBay account, go to any pending transactions that you're still waiting for payment. And before it reaches the final deadline, you need to make sure that you cancel the case so that you don't get charged any eBay selling fees, because once it goes over around 30 days, you're now going to owe that money to eBay, even though the customer hasn't given you any money. So once I learned how eBay worked, I paid the money that I owed them and I was able to get my eBay account back. And then from that point, I slowly started to get interested when it comes to understanding what you need to do when it comes to building a business on eBay. So one of the next reasons why I quit my eBay business is due to this mental journey that most people go on when they first start an online business. So for example, on the left hand side here, we've got feeling great, feeling okay, feeling bad. And this is the mental journey that you're going to go on when you first start your eBay business. So for example, initially, you're going to have a strong sense of excitement. So I've noticed with myself, with any online business that I start, I noticed that at the beginning, you've always got a strong sense of excitement, and you can probably relate to this too. But once you now start doing the research and once you now start the process of building the online business, you're going to get to a point of confusion. Now, this is natural for everyone to feel because obviously it's something that you've never done before. And this is what I went through when I first started my eBay business. I got to a point where I was excited and I started it, but then I got to a point where I now started to feel confused. I didn't know exactly what next step to take. And then eventually you get to a point where you start to feel really bad and then you feel like you want to quit. So depending on what choices you make, when you get to this point where you feel like quitting, it's going to determine on whether or not you're going to be able to build a big eBay business or whether you're going to quit forever. And the things that I did when it came to getting myself out of this mental state where I felt like quitting is that I wrote down everything that was in my power to do, and then I started to take action on those things. So for example, what I wrote down was find winning products, find suppliers, brand my store, budget my money so that I know exactly how much I can invest into my eBay business. And then slowly and surely, I was able to get myself out of a point where I felt like quitting. I was now at a point where I was grinding again, started to feel a lot more focused. And then I got to a point where I got to a level of success that I was trying to get to. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because if you're aware of it before you even start your online business or your eBay business, you're going to be aware of all of these different stages that you're going to go through. So you're going to be able to deal with it a little bit better when you get to every single one of these different stages. So the next reason why I ended up quitting my eBay business when I first started many years ago is because I got scammed by a supplier on Alibaba.com when I first tried to import my first product. So during this time, I noticed that so many people was wearing a brand called Superdry. Now, I'm not sure if you guys wear it in America, but in the UK, so many people was wearing this brand, whether it was jackets, hoodies, t-shirts. Everyone loves Superdry. So I went into Alibaba to see if I was going to be able to find a supplier that was selling Superdry items. So what I did is that I messaged the supplier, asked them how much was it going to be for me to buy all of these different items. They told me that it was going to cost around £500, which is around $700. And they asked me to send the money to them through Western Union, which is what I did because I was so excited about it. I knew that I was going to be able to make at least $1,000 after I sold all of these clothes on eBay. But as soon as I sent that $700 to the supplier through Western Union, I never heard from the supplier again. And around this time, $700 was a lot to me. It's still a lot of money right now. And because of that, I ended up not wanting to continue building up my eBay business. But there was two important lessons that I learned from that. I learned that you should never try and buy branded items from China, whether on Alibaba.com, AliExpress, any type of website that you can find Chinese suppliers. You should never ever try and find branded items. And the second thing that I learned is that you should never use Western Union when it comes to sending money to a supplier. So again, as soon as I learned exactly what I needed to do and what I needed to know, I slowly started to get my confidence back, and then I told myself I was never going to make that mistake again. So the fourth reason why I quit eBay many years ago is due to the fact that I found out about Forex. So if you're not sure what Forex is, it's simply where you can make money from your laptop without ever having to invest in any stock or anything like that. All you're simply doing is trading one currency pair against another one. So you can trade the pound against the dollar, or you can trade the dollar against the euro. Whatever you want to do, you're able to trade various different currency pairs and make money that way. Now, the reason why I decided to get into Forex is because I saw so many people that was making money from Forex. It seemed like an easy way to make money, a lot easier than having to buy stock and then sell it one by one. And because everyone that was doing Forex at the time on YouTube was driving Lamborghinis or Bentleys and things like that, I automatically quit eBay to focus on trying to do Forex for around 2 years. And during this time, I was somewhat successful. I was making money, but I slowly got to the point where I started thinking to myself that it would be better for me to build a business, because a business is an actual asset that I'm going to be able to either sell in the future. I'm going to be able to automate the process. Whereas with Forex, I'm not necessarily able to do that. So after me trading Forex for around 2 years, making a decent amount of money, I now switched back over to building an eBay business so that I can focus more on building an asset that was going to produce cash flow every single month. And jumping straight into the final reason why I ended up quitting my eBay business is due to the fact that when I first started selling on eBay, I was so focused on maintaining 100% positive feedback. And the day that I got my first negative feedback, it made me want to quit, because I felt like no one's going to want to buy from a store that has negative feedback, or no one's going to want to buy from an eBay store that has less than 100% positive feedback. But to be honest, the more I've grown my eBay stores, this isn't necessarily the case. You don't necessarily need 100% positive feedback. Now, you do need 100% positive feedback when you first start selling, or at least minimum 99.8 positive feedback, because any lower than that, if you are a new store, people may not want to buy from you because they're not going to trust the quality of your products. If you're a new eBay store, customers will look at your positive feedback percentage, and if it's lower than a certain amount, then it might reduce the amount of sales that you're going to be able to make. So when you first start selling, when you first start building up your eBay business, it's always good to try and maintain 100% positive feedback for as long as possible. But when I got my first negative feedback in the early days, when I was getting a lot of traction, straight away I wanted to quit. I didn't want to continue building up my eBay business until I learned that there's a way that you're able to remove negative feedback from your eBay store. Once I learned the process of preventing negative feedback in the first place and knowing what you need to do to remove it once you do get any negative feedback, I was able to remove all the negative feedbacks that I got from that point. And if you want to know my strategy of removing negative feedbacks from your eBay store, you can check it out in my step-by-step guide, Project eBay. Project eBay is a step-by-step guide where I show you exactly what you need to know as a beginner to build up your eBay store, everything you need to be aware of. But most importantly, I show you exactly what I've been doing over the years to remove negative feedbacks from my store. So if you want to check that out, it's going to be in the first link in the description down below, or you can visit www.projectebay.com. So if you're someone that's new to making money online, you need to always remember that there's always going to be pros and there's always going to be cons with any method of making money online. And that goes the same way with eBay. There's always going to be pros and cons with everything, but it's all about knowing exactly what you need to do to overcome any obstacle that you might face. So if you want to watch a video that I made recently where I break down what I needed to know when it came to making my first $1 million in revenue from one of my eBay stores, click right there. If you enjoyed this video, then you're definitely going to enjoy that one. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it. I'll really appreciate that. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification so that YouTube can let you know when a new video has been released. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.